What I'm about to share with you is something wealthy people really don't want you to know. These aren't motivation tips. These aren't hustle culture cliches. These are dark psychological strategies used quietly and deliberately by the rich to protect their wealth, grow their power, and keep the gap between them and everyone else as wide as possible. Some of these will make you uncomfortable. All of them will make you smarter. Let's go. Trick 1. They engineer your desires. The first dark trick isn't something rich people do to each other. It's something they do to you. Every luxury brand, every aspirational advertisement, every influencer flexing a lifestyle on social media. It's all carefully engineered psychological manipulation. Psychologists call it aspirational marketing, but let's call it what we really is: desire engineering. Here's how it works. Brands like Louis Vuitton, Ferrari, and Rolex don't actually sell products. They sell identity. They make you feel that owning their product makes you part of an exclusive group. And the psychological need to belong to high-status groups is one of the most powerful drives in human nature, documented by psychologist Abraham Maslow decades ago. The dark part. While you spend money trying to look rich, the actually rich are spending that same money buying assets that make them richer. They engineered your desire specifically to redirect your money into their pockets. The first step to escaping this trap is simply knowing it exists. Trick 2. They use strategic scarcity. The second dark trick is one of the most powerful psychological weapons ever discovered, and the rich use it constantly. Scarcity psychology was documented by Dr. Robert Cialdini in his landmark book, Influence. When something is rare or limited, humans automatically assign it more value. This is hardwired into our brains from thousands of years of evolution when scarce resources meant survival. Rich people and corporations exploit this mercilessly. Limited edition products, exclusive memberships, VIP access, flash sales with countdown timers. None of it is accidental. Every single element is designed to trigger your scarcity brain and make you act fast without thinking clearly. Here's the dark flip side. Wealthy people also use scarcity on themselves deliberately. They make themselves strategically unavailable. They limit access to their time and energy. And that artificial scarcity makes them more valuable, more sought after, and ultimately more powerful and wealthy. Trick 3. They control information asymmetry. This is the darkest trick on this list, and the one that has the biggest impact on your financial life. Information asymmetry means one side of a transaction knows significantly more than the other, and in almost every financial transaction in your life, buying a car, getting a mortgage, negotiating a salary, investing in stocks, the wealthy party knows vastly more than you do. Car dealerships know the exact invoice price of every vehicle. Banks know the true cost of every financial product they sell you. Your employer knows exactly what the market rate for your position is. And they use that information gap to extract maximum value from you while giving you minimum value in return. Rich people obsessively close information gaps. Before any major financial decision, they research exhaustively. They hire advisors who work for them, not against them. They negotiate everything because they know the first price is never the real price. Knowledge isn't just power. In financial terms, knowledge is literally money. The experiment that exposed everything. In 2008, psychologist Paul Piff at UC Berkeley ran a series of experiments that became famous worldwide. He studied how wealth affects human psychology and behavior. In one experiment, he rigged a Monopoly game so one player always had massive advantages: more money, better dice rolls, more properties. Then he watched what happened psychologically. The winning players, despite knowing the game was rigged in their favor, began acting more dominant, more entitled, and more dismissive of the losing players. They started attributing their success entirely to their own skill and intelligence rather than their built-in advantages. Piff concluded that wealth doesn't just change what you have, It fundamentally changes how you think, how you treat others, and crucially, how you protect and grow what you already have. The rich develop a psychological fortress around their wealth. And understanding that fortress is the first step to building your own. Trick 4. They master the art of selective generosity. This one sounds positive, but the psychology behind it is razor sharp. Wealthy and powerful people are almost never randomly generous. Their generosity is strategic, a concept psychologists call reciprocity engineering. Dr. Robert Cialdini identified reciprocity as one of the most powerful influence principles known to psychology. When someone gives you something, you feel a deep psychological obligation to give back, often giving back significantly more than you received. Wealthy people use this constantly. They pick up dinner tabs strategically. They make introductions at the right moment. They give gifts that create obligation. And the return they get, in loyalty, in favors, in access, in deals, is worth multiples of what they gave. This isn't cynical. It's a skill. And you can use it ethically by being genuinely generous with the right people at the right time and building a network that compounds in value just like a financial investment. Trick 5. They weaponize patience. The final dark trick is the one that requires the most psychological strength, and it's the one most people completely fail at. Wealthy people are pathologically patient in a world designed to make you impatient. Every app, every social media platform, every streaming service, every fast food restaurant is engineered using behavioral psychology to give you instant gratification. Because instant gratification makes you spend money right now. The rich resist this at a neurological level. Psychologist Walter Mischel's famous Stanford marshmallow experiment showed that children who could delay gratification went on to have significantly better life outcomes, higher income, better health, stronger relationships. Wealthy people apply this to everything. They hold investments through crashes while everyone panics and sells. They build businesses for years before taking profit. They say no to good opportunities because they're waiting for great ones. Patience in a world engineered for impatience is genuinely a dark superpower, and it's completely free. You now know the 5 dark psychological tricks the rich use to protect and grow their wealth, and more importantly, you know how to use them yourself. This knowledge is worth more than any course, any book, or any investment tip you'll ever get, because when you understand the game, you can finally start playing it. Subscribe right now. Every week I pull back the curtain on the psychology, the health habits, and the wealth strategies that actually change lives. And watch this video next. It covers the psychological traps quietly keeping you broke. See you there.